So the show Roseanne, or not Roseanne, The Connors, the spinoff of Roseanne, is coming back on October 16th, if I'm correct. I have absolutely zero faith that this show is going to do anywhere as close as Roseanne would have done or had in the past. Just just the way everything turned out and all the story surrounding it, I don't see people being that interested. I mean, the show was called Roseanne, and Roseanne Barr was the main person. Her type of humor is controversial. There's the whole controversy of what she intended to say, what she meant, what people thought she meant, everything around that. So she ended up getting the boot. She ended up signing over the rights to the show to ABC. I saw a podcast with her and Joe Rogan, which was interesting. It was about 2.5 hours. But do I think the Connors is really going to be that great of a show? I don't think so. I don't think so. It just didn't seem like I don't know. I think they're just trying to save face and see if they can have people get some interest in the new show. But as far as I'm concerned, I do not think it's going to go well. I know there was comments made, it was controversial, and she was on Ambien, and there was all of the controversy surrounding it, but I think a part of it has to do with there being the ousting of conservatives in Hollywood. I mean, there was what's Last Man Standing with Tim Allen, in which he got the boot. I think they just were put back on because of all of the fan support. It was taken off when I believe it was number one ratings wise. It was killing, but they just took it off. And the same thing, I think James Woods, he's been very outspoken with his conservatism. But as far as things go in Hollywood, if you say anything that's not towing the party line, you're going to get the boot. So I think there's a sign of that she was deemed conservative, whether she is or isn't. Saying something that was critical of Obama, somebody in Obama's White House, was definitely a big red flag and a no-no as far as people go. So I think that's why the apology wasn't accepted. There seems to be just a general forgiveness when it comes to more left-leaning people. I'm trying to think of who was the producer who I believe sexually assaulted, allegedly. I'll just say allegedly because I can't remember. I think he might have been convicted. But there's clips of Whoopi Goldberg defending him allegedly. We'll say allegedly because I can't recall. But I think with the Al Franken thing, people were much more forgiving as far as things are concerned. And generally when there's calls to violence and stuff along those lines, people are more forgiving. But I think Roseanne Barr was described or deemed somebody that is conservative. Whether she is or isn't, she actually seems pretty liberal in the sense that she's liberal, not leftist. But I'm not sure. I would just be curious to see in truth how much actually had to do with her being deemed conservative. Because that was the whole appeal of the new reboot, and what people were saying was, oh, we have a Trump supporter and a not Trump supporter figuring things out, and that was the whole thing of, why did they vote for Trump, and having the show being appealing to all different sides and blue collar values and why people would have voted for Trump. Because I think there's a good part of the country that doesn't understand why people voted for Trump. And that show was kind of just going to show the back and forth, and maybe it probably would have leaned left. But there's just something to be said about. I think there's an attack on conservatives within Hollywood, And the Roseanne Barr situation, I don't think was any different. So is the Conners going to be a great show? I don't think so. I don't think people are going to watch. I might have watched Roseanne if she was still on it, but the Conners, John Goodman, good actor, great actor. But I don't think it's going to be something that's going to really draw in the eyeballs the way Roseanne would have.